What is going on, Panda Game? And today in this video, we're going to talk about the best aim assist values with our brand new updated PandaAim version 7.2 script. And in today's video, I want to specifically talk about aggressive players and the values they should use. Also, if you guys are a sniper, what values should you use? And then finally, towards the end, I'm going to give you guys a hybrid approach, which is personally what I use. That's in between way too aggressive and way too passive, aka the sniper, right? There will be timestamps down below, so if you guys want to skip around, you guys can. But now, let's go ahead and get into the setup. So to go ahead and enter the script, all you have to do is simply press L2 in options. And once you guys are inside, you want to use up or down on the D-pad, go ahead and press X on aim assist, right? Now, first thing we're going to talk about is going to be an aggressive player, okay? What do I define as an aggressive player? That is someone that's run and gun. You're mostly going to be using your SMGs. You never snipe, you never do anything like that, you just run and gun, right? So if you're that kind of player, an aggressive player, you want to obviously turn on the aim assist. So to do that, just press up or down on the D-pad. Then go ahead and press right. Leave your shape on circle, right? Everyone's going to leave their shape on circle, but especially for you guys, you aggressive players, you want it on circle. Then press right on the D-pad and you have your first aim assist value, right? And that is called the aim radius, right? Assuming you guys are an aggressive player, you're not going to be sitting in your aim for all that long. So you can run your aim radius value really high. I'll recommend for you anywhere between 15 and 20, okay? Again, these are really aggressive values. If you just hold L2 the whole time, your screen's going to be shaking like crazy, okay? So again, if you're an aggressive player, this is the value I'd recommend. Somewhere between 15 and 20 for your radius, all right? Personally, if I'm playing aggressive, I'm putting it at 20. Then press right on the D-pad. We got the aim speed, all right? This is going to be how fast that circle for the aim assist moves, all right? You want to make sure if you're an aggressive player, you put your aim speed really high. I would go high as 30, okay? Any range, I think, between 25 and 30 for you guys is going to be perfect, right? Now, to go ahead and download this script, make sure you guys go ahead and click the first link in the description. Join our Podia membership. Our most popular tier is indeed the $30 per month. But those are the first two values if you're an aggressive player. Then press right on the D-pad. We got the boost radius, right? I don't really think the boost radius is going to help the aggressive player all that much. But if I would use it, especially because you're not going to be sitting in your aim too long, I would put your boost radius at around 10. Okay, that's what I would do. Then press right on the D-pad, and your speed, I would lower it and put it at 15. Okay, so these are the values I'm using right now. You guys can see. Then press right on the D-pad. You even got hip assist, right? This is the always on aim assist, meaning you don't even have to hold your aim or shoot button, and your right stick will always be trying to give you aim assist, right? If you're an aggressive player, I do recommend turning this on, right? So you're going to press up on the D-pad, turn that on, then press right. You're going to just leave your radius at 4, okay? I don't recommend going way too high on this, or it really shakes your screen and kind of makes it impossible to aim, but leave it at 4. Then for your hip speed, right? That is how fast the aim assist is going to be moving. I do recommend you just leave this at 10, all right? So just leave it at 4 and 10. Then you want to press right on the D-pad one more time. And finally, we have the strafe assist. For an aggressive player, you do indeed want this on, okay? Because you're playing aggressive, you're not going to be sitting in your aim and shooting around all too much. So you want this on, all right? Then press right on the D-pad. I recommend you go ahead and lower your radius to 25. I would say in the ranges of 25 and 30 is going to be good for you, okay? And then press right on the D-pad one more time and leave the strafe time at 28 milliseconds, guys, all right? So these are going to be the best values if you guys are an aggressive player right over here. You guys can see, you can go ahead and copy them down. Now, you do want to make sure, for everyone watching today's video, make sure inside of your in-game settings, you leave your Deadzone minimums or any Deadzone settings at 0, especially your left and your right stick minimums. Make sure all those are always at 0, so the aim assist always activates, okay? So again, these are the aggressive values. Now, let's go ahead and talk about if you guys are sniping, okay? So these are going to be our sniping values. So to enter the script again, L2 in options. What I would do if you guys are sniping is press X for aim assist. Obviously, you want it on, right? However, when you are sniping, you're inherently going to have weaker aim assist because you're so far zoomed in, right? And you're always sitting in your scopes, right? So you want 0 shake, but still a little bit of tracking, right? So here's the values that will go ahead and accomplish that. So you're going to press right on the D-pad, leave your shape again on circle, Okay, if you're sniping, still you want your shape on circle, then press right on the D-pad. And here's look at the aim radius, all right? If you're sniping, guys, you don't want this high, okay? I would recommend you guys put the aim radius at 8 or even low as 6, okay? I would say anywhere between 6 and 8 on your radius. If you're really trying to play it kind of like an aggressive sniper, you could go up to 8, okay? Then you're going to press right on the D-pad. You got your aim speed, all right? I want you to lower this as well. If you're sniping, you need lower speeds. I would recommend at 15, right? Because all this aim stuff is trying to do is when you hold down your aim button, it's trying to move your right stick, right? You don't want any movement if you're sniping. You got to be precise with your shots, okay? So put the radius at 8, put the aim speed at 15, all right? Then we got the boost radius. This is when you fire. I would literally put this at 1. Same thing with the boost speed, right? You're sniping, dude. As soon as you hit the shot button, it's going straight there. You don't need aim assist when you fire because you should already be on your target. So again, if you're sniper, put your boost radius and the speeds at 1. You don't need it, all right? Then press right on the D-pad. We got the hip assist. Turn this stuff off, all right? If you're a sniping player or a sniper support and things like that, you don't really need this, okay? Why are you using the hip assist? You're going to be 200 meters out shooting the enemy. You don't need it. It's not even going to work, so turn it off, all right? And then finally, we have the strafe assist. Now, this is mostly a personal preference thing. I would personally go ahead and turn this off, okay? Because you're not going to get strafe assist to really activate if you're a sniping player, all right? If you're sniping, you literally want everything off besides just the aim speed here and then the aim radius, all right? And again, those are going to be the best values if you guys are sniping right here. And everything else you can see, I just have off. The hip assist off. Same thing with the strafe assist. Once you're done adjusting, just press circle. And now here's a look at my personal favorite value, which is in between a really aggressive player and a really passive player like a sniper. All right, so here's a look at my personal best values, L2 and options. And what I would call this player is like a sniper support / semi-aggressive player, right? Someone that does ARs and SMGs mostly. So we're going to press X on aim assist. Make sure, again, the aim assist is on, all right? Then press right on the D-pad and leave your shape on circle as well, all right? Then you're going to go ahead and press right on the D-pad, and your first value is your aim radius, right? This is when you hold the L2 button, your aim button, whatever that is. How big is the circle for the right stick, right? I recommend you keep your radius anywhere between 12 and 15 on the highest end, okay? If you can handle a little bit more shake, you can go up to 15. If you don't like the shaking at all, I recommend keeping it at 12, okay? Personally, for me, I can handle a bit more shake because I've been using a Zen a very long time, about 5 years now. So I keep my radius at 15. That's what I personally enjoy, all right? Then if I press right on the D-pad, we got my aim speed, right? I recommend you put your aim speed anywhere between 20 and 25, all right? So again, this is an in-between a sniper and a really aggressive player, right? Personally, what I use, all right? So this is my radius, this is my speed, right? All the speed is asking is how fast is the right stick going in that circle? Like what is the speed of that circle, okay? Then we got the boost radius right here. I recommend you put the boost radius to 8, okay? That's what I personally enjoyed. I've tested out a bunch of values. That's what I enjoy. Then press right on the D-pad. You got boost speed and put that at 10, all right? So this does give you a little bit extra aim assist when you guys are firing your gun. I think that's helpful, okay? Personally, I think that's helpful. So I would go ahead and turn those on, all right? And then finally, we got the hip assist. I'll be honest with you, I do not turn this on for myself, okay? I just cannot handle the shaking all the time, so I leave it off personally, okay? And then finally, we got the strafe assist. I have went ahead now and turned this on, okay? So again, this is like a hybrid player. I would go ahead and recommend the strafe assist for you hybrid players, all right? So we're gonna press right on the D-pad. We got the radius right here. I would go ahead and put your radius a little bit lower at around 20, okay? I would say 20 or 25 on the highest end. Personally, I think 20 works the best. Then press right on the D-pad, and then you got the strafe time. I recommend you go ahead and just leave that at 28 milliseconds, all right? So again, these are look at the best aim assist values that I personally use. Go ahead and copy them down. And again, if you guys haven't seen this setup video for the script and all the settings that you need to turn off, make sure you guys go ahead and check out this video next, all right?